Hi and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. On this edition, I'm going to show you how I do a tight height fade on this little kit. I already cut the top with the guard number 3, but right now I'm just going to get more detail into the tight height fade. As you notice, the first step that I did, it was with the level close, no guard. Now I'm using the 116 level close. And notice how I use the baby brush with my left hand. I'm always brushing. At this point, I'm holding the kid's hair ahead because he keep moving. I already switched now to guard number 1, and the level is semi-open but not completely open. And I'm passing it in that area right there. I'm brushing it, but the minute that I finish brushing, I hold his head again before he start moving. And right now, passing still guard number 1, brush it, and I keep passing it right there in the area with the 116 did the semi line. I try not to do guidelines or anything like that, because I want to be able to erase it pretty quick. You know, if you start printing those lines to fade it in, to fade out those lines, it's gonna take longer. And that's one of the tip that I said right there. Make sure you don't print those lines. Right now I'm using the 116 level open, and then I close the level little by little. I don't close it right away. I pass it a couple of times, and you're gonna see that it's gonna start fitting in little by little, not right away. But then if it doesn't grab after a couple of times that I'm passing, notice my stroke too, of my up and down of the stroke is a lot smaller. If it doesn't start grabbing, then that means that I have to start lowering the level. Then if the level is completely low and it's not grabbing, that means that I have to switch to the next clip. In this case, the next level is half, so I put the half and then I start doing the same procedure or the same step. You know, right now it's a little less than half, but not completely close. And right there, I close it complete. Yeah, I close it, and I'm passing it right there in the line. I don't go higher. I stay right there. And as you can tell, look at the fade how it's coming. You know what I mean? It's right away. You know, I don't have to play with too many guards and making it so perfect with the lines, the guidelines, and then you know what I mean. And right now, I'm using the trimmer bevel. This time. I was gonna use the detailer, the cordless, so you can see how they work, but you know, the kit, it was moving, and I want something that speed up and make the haircut a lot quicker, help me to do the haircut quicker. And this trimmer, it has the widest blade in the market, wider than any trimmer out there, even wider than the balding blade that I used to use on the Magic Clip. Wider than that. And what I like about this trimmer, definitely that blade, it doesn't get hot, it lasts more than 4 hours charged. And yeah, so the same step that I did in the other side, we're gonna do it in this side again. And as you can tell, we pass in, you know, level close for, you know, with no guards, and that blade that is in that machine is the Magic Clip blade. And the reason why I put both blades, the blade in the bottom is more flat, not the curvy one, not the surgical blade, and then the top one is the crunch technology. When you have those two combined with a powerful motor like the Baby Bliss, definitely it helps you to fade in so quick. And this level that I'm passing is the 116. Notice that I'm passing it right there. I'm not trying to make like I said before, I'm not trying to make a perfect guideline, but I'm trying to do the next level. I just want to make sure that the levels are erased. And then right away, I'm not gonna make another level. I'm just gonna right away try to clean the guideline that the 116 did with the 1. And now I'll open the level, and the line that did the 1, I'm gonna try to take it out by open the level and passing it, and you see how I already took the little bit of bulkiness or shadow there. It was with the 1, and then with the 116, and I mean another 1/16 with the 1, and then level open, and then I'm closing it, and now right there where I'm passing it is level close, right? And I see that there's a little shadow there, but the 1/61 with the level open, 1.5 would have not, it would have grabbed too much. So what I did, I grabbed guard number 2, right? Guard number 2, because we passed guard number 3 out top. So there have to be at least, 3, 2, 1, 1/16, half, and 0. So we're going by levels. So right now I'm going with the 1/16 to erase where the 1/16 did the level. So right now, before we hit to the completely back to the 1/16, we're closing the level little by little. So it's 1/16 level closed just a little bit, but not completely closed, and I'm passing it in that area right there. You know what I mean? And I go right to left, left to right, and I pass it as many as time I have to pass it before I close it the level a little bit more. But until then, I keep passing it. Make sure you pass it a couple of times from right to left, left to right, whatever machine you have. You don't have to be necessarily the machine that I'm using. Make sure you just pass, you know what I mean, the machine that you pass on. No, what I never says you have to have my machine. Never say that. And I'm just not teaching you, I'm showing how I work. But if I'm showing you how I work, I'm gonna tell you how I do it. It's now that you have to do it. But if you're interested, at least what are the steps here. But here it is, what the steps or how I do it. So after that, we pass the 1/16 for many times until we close the level. We go to the next level, which is the half. And then before I close the level completely, the level I close little by little, but I keep passing it. The same thing that I did with the other guards at top is the same thing that I'm gonna do even when I don't got no guards. I still got the level still got levels. So little by little, open if I have to go up, I close it if I have to go lower or tight, and or tight, and to erase any line or any shadow. If you see me that I'm going right there a little bit up, I have the level open and I'm using just the corner, barely touching it. So that way I just get whatever it is that is caught in my attention. The eye is gonna see it, and it's gonna tell you mine, and your mind is gonna try and find a solution. And that solution is like right now I'm using that corner right there. That was something that it was bugging me, and so I'm passing it. As you can tell, keep passing it. The kid is still he's yawning, moving. He's trying to eat himself and everything, and I gotta hold his head. And that's one thing, you gotta have patience with the kid. It's not the kid's fault, kids, they're gonna be kids, they don't know better. But if they don't have parents, they don't tell them nothing, not to move, they're just gonna keep doing it. So the only thing left over for me to do is basically with my left hand keep holding their head, so they get the point. And if they don't want me to hold the head, they're gonna start like and that's when the dad is gonna be like, well, keep your head still. And that's a good thing too. But in the meanwhile, like I say, I'm using the trimmer again, the bevel. This company definitely has surprised me, and I'm still surprised that it has not blow out like other trimmers out there. But definitely, as long that I know that it's working for me, I'm good. And that's what I'm saying. If you've seen it and you want a good trimmer with 4 hours with a wider blade, detachable, that you could adjust with no tools, that's another thing. You could adjust this if you have little kids and it's too rough on them. So you detach the blade without no tools, and you calibrate the blade with no tools too. This is the trimmer that I really wanted to use in the side, but the blade is a little smaller, so it would take me longer, especially with a kid that is moving so much. I was like, nah, let's just show it when we're doing the lineup. I forgot that obviously my camera was a little bit up, but at least you can still see how they hit. And let me tell you, I have not done anything to this trimmer. This is how they came out. It's straight from the box. I did not calibrate them. I did not adjust them. It's just, this is how they hit. Some people are gonna say, oh, I don't know, you passing it too many times. No, that's how I like to do. You know what I mean? I just, because I don't want to press it too hard, especially for little kids. They complain, oh, it's too hard. Oh, you know what I mean? So I do it nice and gentle. And if I gotta go over and over, and here it is again, he's yawning and he's moving, and it's like you gotta be careful before, you know, when you do, especially when you're doing a box out. So right here, I'm doing the final touches. There's some stuff the bevel maybe didn't grab a little tight, but then I'm doing the little mimicking so you can see how it looks. Everything, the detailer definitely, this trim I already have it for a week, and definitely has surprised me. Definitely, I recommend it so far. Like I said, every trimmer or clipper, I give at least a period of 6 months. After 6 months, I give you the real pros and cons. But as of right now, I don't find any cons on it. Everything is good so far. Right now, I'm using the Black Widow. Shout out to Will Ocasio and the Barbers Tools on blackwidow.com if you're interested. If not, you can go to Amazon, eBay. He have these razor holders, and I like them. They're the weight is perfect. The way how it feels in the hand is perfect. The way how the blade fits in is perfect. Definitely, I recommend this the Black Widow razor holder. Anything that you see in the video, I'm gonna have the link below in the description, so you can check it out. So yeah, this is before the haircut. As you could tell, it was a little hairy, and this is the finished product. Guard number 3 up top, box out, tight, high fade. If you like this video, please share it. Thank you.